Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 4th of July, 2016.
America.
And you're tuned in to the TNIAB Podcast. I'm Vince.
I'm Anthony.
And this is the Geek Chic Culture Show where we talk about all the cool things in the world. Yes. Happy America Day to all you Americans.
America.
But remember, we are Canadian here. And we had our July 1st celebrations on the previous Friday.
Canada.
Fly that leaf. Maple leaf. Proud and strong. Maple syrup. You know the deal.
Yo, man, I got this custom flag. And it's, instead of red and white, it's green and white. And I got a sick bud in the middle, bro.
Whoa.
I don't actually have that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What?
If suddenly if I see you in the trunk of your car, you just have a whole bunch of them.
It's like I'm selling them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, okay, well.
As long as it's a business transaction and I'm not actually using them.
I mean, sure.
No.
Why not? Sometimes you gotta dabble in it, right?
Oh my gosh.
You gotta know your product to sell your product.
No.
What do you mean no?
Kids don't do flags.
That is the number one business rule. You gotta know the product before you can sell the product.
Kids listening, don't do flags. It's not cool. No matter what your teacher tells you.
Yeah, so anyways, happy Independence Day, guys.
On Earth.
Yeah, and speaking of which, we didn't really talk about it last week because we don't do politics here.
Mm-hmm.
But man, last week was a shitstorm up in the EU.
Yeah.
I heard Britain got knocked out of Europe twice.
I think I didn't get knocked out. I think they voted on leaving.
And then they got knocked out in is it UEFA?
And they're like, oh, that. Okay.
Yeah. That was a big shock to the world.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like, so, do you know anything about the EU? You know, like, what it does?
I just know it makes a lot... It works for their economy. Like, it makes trade a lot easier. Because it's just free trade with the whole continent.
Yeah, so I always assumed that being a part of the EU means you use the euro.
No.
Oh, okay. Because I was always like, wait, they were a part of the EU? Because I thought that meant you use the euro, but they use pounds still.
No, it just means that that means that the euro is accepted everywhere alongside their countries.
But not anymore.
No.
If you got euros in Britain, tough cookies.
Yeah. It's weird. Some of the best tweets I saw were there was a writer at The Guardian, and she's like, I voted leave because I didn't think it would actually happen. And I read that and I was just like, what kind of dumbass are you? What do you mean you didn't think it was going to happen? Every vote counts.
She wanted the hipster vote. So afterwards, when it didn't happen, it was like, well, I voted leave because I wanted change. But then change actually happened, and now she's like, oh shit,
yeah.
Change.
There a couple stats came out of it. Like the amount of people who wanted to leave were obviously the old people.
Yeah.
The young kids didn't want, and that's great. But at the same time, the people who actually voted were the old people.
Yeah.
The amount of young kids who voted were not many. And I mean, that's not really surprising. And so
and also at some point, it's like the young people only have themselves to blame.
Yeah.
For not voting.
Yeah. So I mean, who knows what implications that will bring? But damn, UK.
That's some.
Yeah. But the world moves on, and hopefully they get through it.
This means I can get less expensive blood pudding. Down.
I won't lie to you. The first thing I thought about was, oh shit, now that the pound's going down, I wonder if it's a lot cheaper for me to go to the British Grand Prix.
Maybe.
Of course, that's happening this coming weekend, so it's too early for this year.
But next year.
But if I'm kind of hoping if Britain's economy just collapses within the next year because of this.
What if it just booms out of control?
It won't. It won't.
What if?
It won't. You know why it won't? Because nothing gets made in the UK. Whoa.
Secret fax.
The fax has been activated. Someone's sending me a message. It says here, please stop talking about politics.
Oh, all right.
Well, I guess that's our cue to move on.
The audience has spoken.
Yes. Picks of the week time. Picks of the week.
Picks of the week. I have
Go ahead.
A lot of picks.
Go ahead.
Because I have a lot of picks.
I know you do.
So the first pick is strictly just a PSA. Summer Games Done Quick has started.
Oh, that's on again now?
Yep, and it will be going for the whole week until July 9th.
This is where they just do like speed runs of everything.
So they do speed runs of every video game you can think of,
Mm.
and they're always crazy. Like I just watched a run of Demon Souls, and they like the way the loading system works in that game after saving at certain points, it'll try and load you on a floor that you've been to.
Yeah.
But if you just clip through the floor and fall to the bottom of the level and then load after you hit the ground, it'll load you back on the bottom floor.
Oh wow, really?
And like just weird stuff. They break games in all kinds of weird ways, and also it's all for charity. So if you can donate to awesome game or Summer Games Done Quick,
right?
And it all goes to Doctors Without Borders.
Cool.
So just a PSA for that.
Mm-hmm.
My next pick is also Twitch related.
Twitch.
So Twitch has a new system called cheering, and so
it's like a like button.
Kind of. It's more of a donate button.
Okay.
So Twitch already has a subscribe button where you can subscribe to a channel to get like ad free on that channel, to get like channel specific icons, which you can then use in other channels and stuff like that. But they have added this new thing called cheering because donations are huge, where someone will donate a streamer something through PayPal. They'll read it. They'll read whatever their quote is on the stream.
Yeah.
But it's all going through PayPal. So Twitch is like, man,
PayPal's getting a big cut.
Yeah, PayPal's getting a big cut. Why shouldn't we get a big cut?
Oh boy.
So they made their cheering system, which is you use money to buy points. I believe they are called bits. They are Twitch bits. And if you spend $308 on Twitch bits, it's the best value.
Whoa.
So they are structuring this like it's free-to-play games / I'm totally stealing this from the Giant Bombcast because when they said what this like comparison was, it was just perfect. Cam websites, like like porn cam websites.
Yeah.
So so 100 bits costs $1.40 US. So pretty much they're just above a penny per bit, right? And then you can donate in minimum 100 point increments, I believe. I don't think you can do any less than that. And you can do it. It's like, I like your stream. I put in 100 bits. I really like your stream. I put in like 1,000 bits, like $10, right?
Wow.
But the thing is that Twitch is now getting a cut on the back end. So the streamer gets a certain percentage and then Twitch gets a certain percentage. And then PayPal is just no longer,
of course,
a part of the thing. So far Twitch users haven't been like getting onto it, but it's brand new, so you don't know how long it'll be until someone feels like cheering instead of PayPaling.
Can you still PayPal?
You can still PayPal. So PayPal isn't through the Twitch interface.
Yeah.
Usually in Twitch in the stream description, it'll be like, here is my PayPal link. Click on this, you'll go to the actual PayPal
website,
page,
and then just like
and then you donate to me. And then because of the way I have my stream set up and what my overlay is, it'll detect when I have a new thing and then post it up on the stream.
Okay.
Right. So it's not actually through Twitch, but they're trying to cut.
Interesting.
They're trying to cut that PayPal stuff.
Interesting.
Which I just found it really funny that they're pretty much using exactly what cam websites use. Their kind of like points model.
Yep.
For porn, but for Twitch. So some would say it's not far off. Some would say with the advent of PlayStation Playroom, they're one and the same.
I think I would agree. Only with Playroom, that's all free content.
That's just content. You gotta post that content. Yeah. Vince, I heard recently that you're an influencer.
Yes.
And I really want to know what your take, the influencer's take on donating to streamers, on cheering on people.
I think you should be able to do what you want. It's your money. Spend it the way you want. I don't know. Just thinking about it now, I don't think the bits thing will take off.
Okay.
Just because when you donate to someone, it's like a spontaneous thing.
Yeah.
And if you're adding one more layer in between you and giving that person money,
like you have to have the bank first and then you can donate?
Yeah. It's kind of like, it's that extra second of hesitation you're allowing, basically. At least that's my experience, right? The more steps you put in between me and me throwing away my money, the increased chances are that I'll just keep my money and walk away.
That was the thing, like, so on my game consoles, like when Xbox 360 had their point system,
Or and like how Nintendo has points.
And Nintendo has points. Like I don't ever buy anything on the Nintendo store because it's just one step. I have to spend money to buy these points to then spend those points.
Yeah.
And I have leftover points that I don't want.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas on the Sony store, it's just straight dollars.
Yeah. And you could just straight through PayPal.
Yeah. Straight through PayPal, straight through your credit card. Like it's super easy.
Mm-hmm.
So that does make that makes a lot of sense.
Like, so that's just how I see it. And the other thing too is if Twitch is still allowing PayPal to be there, then there's no incentive to use the bits.
Yeah, I just don't see how they would be able to stop it if they did.
Yeah.
Like try and ban it because they're not doing it through Twitch, right? They're doing it. It's a link to an outside link. Unless they just ban all PayPal domain links to be posted on their website,
which is kind of ridiculous.
Which would be kind of ridiculous. So that's that. And then my last pick is about Evo 2016.
It's here.
It's coming. So Evo 2016 is the biggest Evo to date. With total over 14,000 people registered to compete.
Oh my, 14?
14,000. So I'm going to break down the numbers. Street Fighter 5, usually the big... Actually, no, wait. Let's start at the bottom. Killer Instinct at 540 people.
Wow.
Yeah. Tekken 7 at 543 people.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat 10... or X at 707.
Wow.
Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 at 770.
Really? That low?
Yeah. Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator, the new one.
Yes.
903.
Wow, not even 1,000. Huh?
Yeah. Pokken Tournaments.
Oh man, if this is like 5K.
1,167.
What?
Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Oh.
2,350.
Sure.
Super Smash Bros. Wii U.
Oh.
2,637.
Okay.
And Street Fighter 5.
I've done the math.
Coming in at a whopping 5,065 competitors.
Jeez.
So Evo's gonna be crazy because I don't know how they're gonna get through all those people.
There's got to be some sort of like prelims before you get to the event, right?
I would hope. Like, I don't know, because last year it was big too, but they didn't have prelims. Like, they just streamed forever and did pools until like 1 a.m. for some games.
That's a long time, yeah. Jeez.
So Evo's huge, and they're also huge enough that the Street Fighter V finals for Evo will be streamed on ESPN2.
No fucking way.
Yeah. So if you want to watch Evo with ads on ESPN2, go for it.
I think I get that channel.
We'll see.
Maybe I'll watch it.
Watch some Evo.
Wow. That's what a world we live in.
What a world we live in.
Jeez. But yeah, fighting games. Cool.
I'm still surprised to see so many people in for Guilty Gear. Like, even above Ultimate Marvel.
Well, yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Like, Guilty Gear is new, but I always think of that as like, that's a Japanese
is Guilty Gear the only the only anime game?
Yeah, so Guilty Gear is the anime game of the show. Last year they had Guilty Gear and BlazBlue.
Yeah.
But I don't believe Chrono Phantasma, or is it Central Fiction?
That's the one.
That's the one. Central Fiction has come out in the US yet, so
yeah. All right. Well, that's weird. But hey, good luck to Evoers.
Yeah, good luck to all the people who are planning that show or volunteering or getting paid to BTOs, like tournament organizers. Like,
I expect plenty of man tears, a lot of disappointment.
I expect a lot of just weird stories of fighting game community being douchebags.
Yep.
Because that's usually what happens.
This is where we get to see the boys become babies. Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
Cool.
Yeah, and those are my picks.
Cool. I might have one. This weekend was Anime Expo.
Mm-hmm.
The big anime show in North America. I think, now that I think about it, of all the expos, I want to go to Anime Expo the most.
What other expos are there?
Well, when I think about, like, SDCC.
Oh, okay.
When I think about, what's the one in New York? NYCC, I guess. New York Comic Con.
You don't want to go to Toronto Comic Con?
I've been to Toronto Comic Con. It's no fan expo.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I'd like to go check that out. Of course, a lot of the big anime people were there, but they announced something that got me really excited. It's a Blu-ray release for one of my favorite anime.
Gurren Lagann.
Nope.
Space Patrol Luluco.
Nope.
I don't know.
Code Geass.
Oh yeah, that's a show you like.
I love that show. Yeah, and for the longest time, I've been wanting to buy it. The DVDs have gotten super expensive.
I bet.
And then when I went to go search Blu-rays, it was only Region 2, the UK.
Okay.
But that was just like a quick rip of the DVDs. But Funimation announced this. Code Geass is finally going to come to North America. We've redone a lot of it. We've remastered it, blah, blah, blah. And that's great.
Sweet.
I'm happy. But the other thing they announced was that Funimation also ran a Kickstarter for another anime I really like that they were able to, I guess, redo up in the Blu-ray standard. That's Escaflowne.
What?
And so Escaflowne is also coming, I think, later this year.
What?
For Blu-ray releases.
What?
Yeah.
Weird.
So, anime.
I haven't thought about Escaflowne in so long.
Yeah, but then you think about the giant robot that turns into a robot dragon.
True.
And the dude's not in the dragon, he's riding the dragon.
He turns into a robot dragon. That's true. It's true facts.
Yeah, and it makes no sense.
I can't get around that.
The robot dragon roars and shit, and you're like, why is it roaring?
So he feels like it. Because they put that in the robot.
Yeah. But yeah, so pretty hyped for anime releases. But that was my only pick this week. Nothing else of note. So let's move on to what we've been doing. What have you been doing?
I have been watching movies.
Cool.
My friends and I had a movie marathon.
Yep.
And we decided, or I decided because I was the person deciding it, to watch movies with explosions specifically.
If you didn't pick a Michael Bay movie, I'll be disappointed.
We all did not pick Michael Bay movies.
Wow!
Because the movie also had to be good.
That's a shitty qualifier.
So the criteria was, we were voting on best explosions, like quality of explosions, best use of explosions. Also, did explosions add anything to this movie, and was the movie good?
Okay.
So we watched Redline.
I mean, sure, I guess.
So someone picked Redline. We watched GoldenEye 007.
All right.
We watched Die Hard.
All right, that's a good one.
Rambo.
Yeah, okay.
And Space Patrol Luluco, because I cheated.
That's the real winner. What did you qualify as your explosion for that one?
All the explosions.
Okay.
There's like 17 explosions in the first episode.
Okay.
And then fight for justice, justice, and then everyone explodes.
Yeah, that's right.
That show's so good,
isn't it?
Oh, I think that show is meant to be watched on a week-by-week basis, though. It was like sensory overload by the end of that.
Yeah.
It was nuts. But the two movies that were there that I haven't seen before were Rambo, the original Rambo, and GoldenEye.
Wow, you never saw GoldenEye?
I never saw GoldenEye.
Oh, okay.
So it was weird. So we'll start off with Rambo. Rambo is actually very disappointed with.
Well, Rambo's kind of just mindless.
Yeah, it is super mindless, and Sylvester Stallone is a bad actor.
Yes, yes, he was.
And I was like, because I look at the Expendables, and I'm like, well, he's pretty bad here, but like he must have been better back in the day. I know he's like Rocky is his main thing, but that's how the Rocky character was, right? No, that is all his characters, and I'm like, oh.
There was a period of time in the late 90s where he stopped doing action movies. He picked up serious roles, and it was actually pretty decent.
Okay.
But then he got older again. He's like, fuck that. Going action back to my roots.
Gasoline and napalm.
Yeah.
So we watched Rambo. I did not have fun with that movie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't like I thought the whole storyline of like leaving Rambo behind in enemy territory in the Vietnam Gulf and the Russians show up, and that was all fine and dandy. I just thought the action was kind of whatever.
So the thing about Rambo is, like, when we look back on, like, action movie tropes,
Rambo
doesn't really go for that kind of style of hilarity, I find.
Yeah.
It tries to be a little more serious.
It's super serious.
And it's just not fun.
Like, Rambo is insanely serious, which I did not expect. For a movie where on the face of it is the lightest hearted movie. Like, it's crazy that they would go for such a tone in a movie where the story is so ludicrous.
Yeah.
He's pretty much... You ever play Russian Attack for the NES?
No.
It's Rush and then N' attack.
No.
Pretty much you are a lone soldier with a knife and you have to infiltrate a Russian base.
Oh, wow.
And that's just Rambo, but replace Russian with Vietnamese and...
Sounds right.
And this, I didn't like it. There's no plot.
How'd you find the violence?
I thought the violence was fine. I'm not one to shy away from violence. I just thought it was not a fun movie overall.
You haven't seen the most recent Rambo, right?
No, I haven't seen the one. I've seen the clip where he gets into a mounted machine gun car and then points it at the driver and it goes boom, boom, boom. And then...
That's not even the most violent part of the movie.
Okay, so yeah, like in Rambo, Rambo had explosive tipped arrows.
Yeah,
and he shot a guy with it, and it was like, yeah, the guy disintegrated.
Yeah,
that stuff was good, but like it scenes like that. Where when I look at the tone of the story, I'm like, what's happening here? Yeah. Like, what is this movie? The other one I watched, which is the one that eventually won the group vote, is 007 GoldenEye.
Classic.
I really like that movie. That movie's really good.
I'm curious, how has it aged?
I've never seen it before, so I can't really
do
the age thing. But like coming even to it in modern day, like there are certain things where it's like, like that green screen though, like you see like really bad green screen jobs. You see like when you see a model explosion, you're like, that's a model. Yeah. Like look at that model, and just other stuff like that. But I think that movie holds up. If you can get past like the technical aging of that movie, I still think the story is really impressive. It's still a fun James Bond romp. I think it has one of the best Q scenes that I've seen in a James Bond movie. Yeah. I just forgot that Q was so comedic back in the day.
Well, that's the style of Bond movies, right? Like this is back at Bond with all the gadgets. Is this the one where they end up there's a car chase on ice? No, that's not this one. Okay.
No, that's a different one. Okay. There's barely a car chase. There is actually, they show the Bond car for the show in the Q scene, and it's a BMW, but they don't use it. Yeah, like they ran out of budget. Apparently, the story behind it is like they ran out of budget and they couldn't afford to make a car chase with that thing. But this is the one with think of the 007 game. It's train, depot, jungle.
Are you jumping off the dam?
Yeah, jumping off the dam. Yep. Homeboy gets into facility in the first 30 seconds of that movie. I'm like, damn. Yeah. He's speed running this game.
He's just standing there when it opens up. Yeah. I remember.
In like the first 5 minutes of the movie, you have gadgets galore. You have a grapple pistol, and then the scope on the grapple pistol is also a laser beam. And then it's I don't know. The movie's fantastic. The quality of explosions is really good. If I'm judging it based off of, it's also quantity of explosions that are really great. Yeah. They know when to fit in explosions, and they figured out where to fit them in everywhere. Mm-hmm. So, also the main villainess, 006's partner in that movie, she's hilarious. Like she just literally crushes people with her thighs.
Yeah, she does.
I was like, oh my god, like she's just Chun-Li. She like fake has sex with people and then crushes them to death with sex. And I'm like, whoa.
Well, you gotta use your body, right?
Yeah. And also made me remember like other Bond girl names like Pussy Galore.
Yep.
Or Octopussy.
Mm-hmm. That was James Bond, man.
Oh no, but I really like that. I think this movie, like, you'll still enjoy it to this day.
Okay.
Like, I think that movie's
I haven't watched it since it came out.
Oh, okay. I think that movie's really good.
All right.
And then the last thing I did is I started Odinsphere Luftreiser?
Leaf-Thrasher.
Leaf-Thrashers?
Yes.
Odinsphere Luftrausers.
Okay.
You get in a plane. It's 2D game.
Yes.
It's high score based. It is the remaster of Odinsphere, the Vanillaware game that came out on the PS2 and ran like.
Yep.
Did it come out on the Wii?
No.
Oh, I thought you said it on the Wii.
As well. I was like Wii.
Oh, okay. Like,
as in French.
OUI.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So it came out on the PS2 and it ran like garbage. And it was really hard, and there was a lot of archaic mechanics, and that's why I didn't finish that game.
Wow. Someone's bitter?
Fuck that game. It's also really hard. So in the remaster, they have modernized it for the modern day. Take that as you will. But they have a remastered mode, which is...
So they made it easier.
They
added a baby mode.
And they also have the classic mode, if you want to play what the classic game was like, and all the mechanics and everything.
Yes.
It is gorgeous. 1080p, all this hand-drawn sprites. That game is just beautiful to look at.
Beautiful.
It's also got booties in it.
Boots.
And I'm having so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Before coming here, I just got off like a 6-hour stint playing that game.
Yeah.
So the changes they have made to Odin Sphere are like so. I'm gonna talk with you. You played it, right?
Yeah,
You
parts
remember?
of it. I played parts of it.
Okay. So do you remember? Do you remember your inventory?
I remember menus.
Yeah. So you spent a lot of time in menus in Odin Sphere.
You had to keep switching stuff up.
You had to keep switching stuff up, and also you had bags. So in each bag would hold just whatever you picked up would just go in the next slot. So a lot of time was spending hours sorting your bag.
It was like the original Pokemon bag.
Yeah, it was like the original Pokemon bag.
Yeah.
It was like Resident Evil 4, like the amount of time you're spending in menus, like Tetrising your shit.
Yeah.
And that wasn't fun. That was like, even at the first world of that game, you are over and over going into your menu being like, where is everything? I can't find it. So they have fixed that.
Yeah.
They have a total slot bag, so it's like you can hold 32 items, and every time you pick up an item, it puts it into a slot. Mm-hmm. It's like these are my food slots, these are my alchemy slots, these are my seed slots and stuff. And that alone, I think, is like worth the price of entry.
Wow.
Because I spent so much time fucking going through menus, sorting my items.
The convenient features.
Okay, yeah. The other thing is with these every time you beat an enemy, you get these things called phozons.
Yes.
And you suck them in Onimusha style, like you suck in souls and stuff. And if you played the original game, you will know that when you plant your seeds, they need phozons to grow, and they need a certain number of phozons.
Yeah.
And either you could suck them up into your cipher, which is your weapon, and level your weapon up, or you can let them float, wait till the stage is done, plant your seeds, and all the phozons will go to the plant.
Yeah.
And then you'll get fruit. They have changed that completely. So you're not like planting a fruit or planting a seed and then being like, oh man, I'm like one phozon short. Like shit, I just wasted that seed.
Yeah.
What you can do now is that you suck up all the phozons and they go into a phozon bank, pretty much. And from that bank, you can either upgrade skills for your character, or you can release the phozons back into the game.
Oh, you can choose.
And then they go into the plant.
That sounds easier.
It's a lot more fun. Like, it's easier, but like...
that sounds very Dark Souls-y.
It's very fun. Well, you don't lose them when you die or anything.
Oh, no, but I just mean like how they've like, okay, I guess we could just bank this currency.
Yeah, bank the currency.
Yeah. And then choose what to do with it later.
You can plant seeds in bulk.
Yeah.
So instead of planting one seed at a time, it's like I have 6 mulberry plants that I want to plant. Just plant 6.
That's the time saver.
Time saver. Same thing with like selling in bulk, all that stuff. So also the other thing was like the main way you gained experience in this game was eating food.
Yeah.
And the best food to gain experience was at the restaurant.
Yep.
Outside of the menu. Mm-hmm. They added in a traveling restaurant so that during rest areas you can cook the food that you have. You don't have to wait till you're outside of the level. That stuff's great. And then the last thing they did is that they actioned up the shit out of the combat, which is they added a shit ton of special moves.
Okay.
And this is where your phozons come into play, where it's like I got a whole bunch of special moves. I can dump my phozon points into powering up all these special moves, like special moves that didn't even exist in the previous incarnation of this game.
Yeah.
And overall, it is strictly better experience. There's like, I haven't come into a frustrating feature yet. Some would say this makes the game easier, but I say it makes the game playable. And it's really fun. Like if you missed out on the Odin Sphere the first time, like I recommend it. And if you missed out on Odin, or you played Odin Sphere and then you were just like, this game is too archaic for me, like they fix all the issues I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. I'm playing as the first character, Gwendolyn.
I like her the best.
She's really good. I'm on like the 5th act. I got to the volcano people.
Yeah.
Every world, everything, like it's so great. The game is really fun and it's just great to look at. Like any portion of the game could be a desktop wallpaper. Like
that's what I hear.
It's gorgeous.
All that hand drawn material.
Also, all the food makes me super hungry.
Yeah, looks good in that game.
Like I unlocked gnocchis, and
oh wow,
the plate of gnocchis. I'm like, fuck, I just want gnocchis now. Like, where are they at? All the food you can get.
Sounds good.
Yeah, the whole I guess I won't go too deep into it because the game is older. But like just all the alchemy stuff is super fun. Creating your own potion concoctions and using those in battle, and just like if you're prepared, you can just destroy bosses. Like it's like like this boss is like he's got a ton of armor, so I need physical attack and like physical stuff. Or like this boss is all about poison and fire, so I'm gonna like concoct a bunch of antidotes, concoct a bunch of different spells that are opposite his or her like element, and just if you're prepared, you will destroy people. If you are not prepared, you will get smoked.
I think that's what the original Odin Sphere relied on. It was like because you were always in menus. By the time you were out of them and you made it to combat, it would last like 5 minutes. Yeah, and then you'd be like, oh, back in the menu.
Back in the menu, like, and half that game was menu. Now, unless you're facing like a boss or a mid boss, you can get through most of it with your special skills and your combat. Yeah, which makes the game more fun. Also, when you're just racking up like 300 hit chains and like weaving spells together, grouping up enemies. Yeah, it's super great. That game's fucking awesome. Yeah, I'm just. I have the tendency, like we talked about it before, of me like hopping through different games. Like I'm gonna play like 7 games at once. Yeah, and I'm not gonna finish any of them until like 6 months later. But I'm just getting through this one head on. I really, really enjoy it.
You say that.
Whatever, man.
I'm looking at the date. I'm just like, yo, Monster Hunter is coming soon.
Monster Hunter is a different story, though. Monster Hunter, I'm going to be playing it with you guys when I'm away from my PS4. Sure. And Odin Sphere is a quantity. Like, I know how much Odin Sphere exists. I don't know how much Monster Hunter
Remember this, folks, when we come to December, and I'm going to ask Anthony if he finished Odin Sphere.
And I'll be like, yeah. The platinum, homie.
Well, I'll have to fact check that.
It's like 99. You're missing this one. Fuck. Caught me.
That sounds good. I mean, I would like to play it, but I'm gonna wait for a price drop.
I also got the storybook edition.
Yes.
The super special edition.
Did it come in a storybook?
It came in a special box. Yeah. Okay. It didn't come in a storybook.
Okay.
It came in like false advertising. It came in like the lift.
Slipcover.
Yeah, slipcover lift boxes. Came with the game. Came with an art print of Alice,
really?
The girl from the main menu.
Yeah.
It's a really nice art print.
How big is it?
I can't give dimensions.
If I said 8x11, is that big?
It's bigger than 8x11.
Really?
Yeah. It's bigger than a standard piece of letter paper.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It came with a T-shirt of an alchemy concoction.
Wow. How fashionable.
I did not wear it. It is still in its packaging. It came with a very nice hardcover art book.
Okay.
That I really enjoy. And then the game, and so they didn't give you a steel book for the game. They gave you a steel slip cover for the plastic game case.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like here's the retail game that you can buy anywhere and thing, and then here's a slip cover.
Is it like a thin steel?
Kinda. It's thicker than it's not like
that's interesting.
The same form factor. It looks nice. Like the art on it's really nice.
I like that idea.
But yeah, it's like a case for your case.
Cool. Yeah, I'm into that.
It's pretty cool.
Neat.
But yeah, that's been the new stuff in my week.
Oh yeah. My week has been 100% sports.
What?
Like, not necessarily playing sports, but just like living sports.
Tell me all about sports.
Yo, so do you know this game called basketball?
That's the one where you're on the ice. And then you have to kick it through the uprights.
Close enough.
Okay.
Close enough. It's the one with peach baskets and you got to shoot.
Peach ball.
Yeah, that's
should just said peach ball.
That's the one. I used to love basketball a lot. My favorite player was do you know who my favorite player was?
Is it Allen Iverson?
The answer, Allen Iverson. Yes.
It's because I looked at your Instagram.
Oh, did you? I guess I came across the news that he was recently inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
The NBA Hall of Fame. He'll be the inductee this year.
Okay.
In September. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So I watched a couple old plays like of him in his prime, like 2001. I'm like, wow, that was a long time ago.
I was 11.
Yeah. I was just like, ooh. And then I watched his documentary on his life story. I'm like, fuck, man, you came in just like he came into the sport and he left just as he came in as a rebel. A fucking rebel. Didn't even get his due.
Was Allen Iverson the one where it's like, I'm talking about practice?
Yes.
Okay.
That's him.
Practice? Come on. I'm talking about practice. That's here, homie.
Allen Iverson.
Okay.
He's the one who he upset. The reason NBA has a dress code is because of him. Because he would never put on a fucking suit.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I like a lot of people say Michael Jordan was the greatest, and I think that's unquestionable. Of course he is, but I always like to look at Iverson as the most
the number one contender.
No. He's like he had the most cultural influence on today's generation of kids with basketball. Like the reason, and I think like I was watching more interviews and I was watching like LeBron. He's like, yeah, the reason I wear an armband is because Iverson wore an armband.
Now I want to wear an armband.
The reason kids have headbands, the reason like. And I always liked him, but it was just nice to relive those throwback Thursday memories.
I remember armbands.
Yeah, man.
Like kids with the matching like Nike armbands.
Yeah.
And like it captures my sweat.
Yeah. And it's like, no, it doesn't. You thought it looked cool, and it's like who did that? And it's like, oh, that was Iverson. Yeah, so that was fun. And then the Tour de France started this week. The big cycling race. Oh, okay. The one that goes around France.
What?
Yeah.
Not Germany?
Nah. Okay. Well, it goes into like Belgium and shit, but
have a chocolate break.
I don't know what they do.
Okay.
But yeah, they it started, and I always like watching. Well, not always. I mean, like I only started watching last year, but so this year I've been trying to pay attention. But the coolest thing about the Tour de France is not necessarily the race, because you can't actually watch the race because like 7 hours and no one can do that.
Okay.
But it's all the technology that comes out of of Tour de France, because it's like the place where all the big teams and the sponsors and like they get to reveal the newest tech.
Laser pedals.
Sure, why not? They revealed like a lot of cool things, but for me, like one of the things that I really like about cycling is everything that I see the pros using, I could theoretically go out and buy.
Okay.
And like to me, that just seems insane. Because I also like Formula 1.
Yeah.
But I can't buy an F1 car. Like, it doesn't matter how much money in the world I have. I can't go out and do that. Like, it's completely unrelatable. But with a bike, it's like, I completely understand.
I can actually go down to the bike shop.
Yeah.
And then look at this thing and hold it in my hands.
I can test ride it. In some cases, I can get better equipment than what the pros use.
Okay. Wait, what?
You can, yeah.
Why don't the pros just use it?
Because the UCI, like whatever the governing body, they have certain rules in place to keep competition fair or something.
Oh, okay.
But manufacturers are like, fuck that, for a general purpose, we'll go even further.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, like you can buy bikes that are lighter than the ones that they use in the professional world. Yeah.
What, did they just 0G bikes?
I don't know. Like in the professional world, your bike, I think at the lightest has to be 6.8 kilograms, but you can go to the store and buy one that's like under 4.
What?
Yeah.
Whoa.
If you look it up, you'll see there's some like bikes out there. People are like, they use their one finger and they just lift the whole thing. Is it
filled with helium?
I don't know, man.
What the shit?
Yeah, it's crazy. And I'm like, jeez. That's nuts.
Okay, sure.
Like my bike, the highest end version of my bike, like I bought the cheapest one you could buy. Yeah. But like in that line, if you spend, I think it's 14,000, you can get one that's 4 pounds. And it's nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts, and it's cool, and it's the coolest thing about the Tour de France. Something that I see, like, if there's one, I have one regret with my bike that I wish I kind of didn't do. I wish I bought a bike with disc brakes. Mm-hmm. Like, I think you have a mountain bike, right? You know what disc brakes are, right? Yeah. Like the rotor in the middle.
Yeah. Well, think of like a car brake.
Yeah, it's basically a disc inside or in the center of the wheel, and that's what the brake clamps onto. Yeah. And then it stops. Versus what I have are rim brakes, which are
the rubber things that grab onto the rim like regular bike brakes.
Which is, old tech.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I wish I got the disc brakes, and I was like kind of getting over that. But then they went at Tour de France and they showed off the newest version, and you know what they did? They fucking painted it black.
And you're like, no!
Yeah, and I was
matte
like,
black rim brakes.
I was like, what? They're not silver, they're black. I'm like, I made the biggest fucking mistake.
What have you done?
I know.
Can you get them after the fact?
No, because my frame is specified for rim. Like I don't have mounting points for like a caliper.
Oh, okay.
Right? So I can't. So if I want that, I have to get a whole new bike.
Cool.
So that was my one mistake that I made.
Well, listen, if you're gonna sell your bike, talk to me. I'll think about it.
But then and then I, Tour de France is going on, so of course everyone in the cycling community is really into biking right now. Mm-hmm. And so I generally do like a couple group rides every week.
Okay.
Just with like my store that I bought the bike from, and we generally do like pretty relaxed. It's more of a social thing rather than a we're out here to train.
Okay.
Yesterday I went to a new one over at MEC, Mountain Equipment Co-op. For those who don't know what that is, and they had a group ride Saturday morning for 3 hours, and I went there. And it was a huge turnout. It was like 25 of us.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, like all walks of life, lots of dudes, lots of girls. A lot of them like
1 5-year-old who just destroyed everybody. Like
no. So the
Okay.
rule, I think the rule is you have to be at least 19
Okay.
or 18. I can't remember what it is. Just for concerns, like legal issues,
social concerns.
I think that's what it is. I don't really know. Like I didn't bother asking.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of people who look like pro cyclists. A lot of people just look like they're whatever.
All right. Question.
Yeah.
How many of those people who look like pro cyclists were actually garbage?
Well, they weren't garbage, but it's the ones that you thought didn't look like cyclists that were the ones to watch out for.
Okay, that makes sense.
So there's 25 of us, and the way the group ride goes out is we all go up, we go around for a bit for like 45 minutes. We socialize, we converse, whatever. And at the end of that 45 minutes, there is this. So I should say I've never been to this place before. I've never been to any of their cycling routes. I've never been on these streets. They take us to a hill, and they're like, "We're gonna go up this hill, and when you get to the top, stay there because we're gonna meet at the top." Because this is what they want to see where you should be, because the group is going to now split up into fast and slow.
Okay.
And this hill, it's maybe half a kilometer.
Yeah.
That's 500 meters.
That doesn't sound too bad.
It's not too bad, but it's like straight up into the sky.
Okay. All right.
Like it just goes. And I saw it, and like I was talking to this old dude beside me because he's been doing it for a while. He's like, pro tip, pace yourself. If you have to get off and walk to the top, don't be embarrassed. A lot of first timers have to. I'm like, okay. And so we get there, and I'm just struggling. I'm like, I'm gonna run out of gears. And I went to shift down. I'm like, I'm out of gears.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, I made it to the top. I felt sorry for the other new guys with me because I was hanging out with some new guy.
You're just like, peace out, bitch, I'm too fast.
Well,
Like,
I was talking about, I'm like, I hope I don't run into gears. He's like, you don't run into gears. I hope I don't run into gears. I'm like, why? What you got? He's like, I have a 32 on here, but as you can see, and he like did this gesture to his body, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you're like pushing 250.
okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, maybe physics is gonna play an issue here. But yeah, so got to the top. Slow people took a long time to get up.
Okay.
And we split up, and you could choose at this point. And the group leader, he told me, he's like, well, it's your first time, and for most first timers, I always recommend going with the slow one, but you can come with us if you want.
Like you made it up the hill.
Yeah, it's like he's like, you're one of the first ones up, so you can just hang with us. I'm like, okay,
let's hang with the big boys.
let's go. Let's see what they got. Oh my god! So I've ridden in a group before, but when you ride with a group that knows what they're doing, and they're going at like racing speed, it is unreal.
Okay.
So
Are you like tire to tire? Like what's happening?
pretty much.
Okay.
So you have to be.
For the layman's,
Yeah.
it's TYRE.
Oh yes,
T-I-R-E.
it's TYRE. So you know what drafting is in cars, right?
Yeah.
It happens in bikes, and it happens, and the faster you go, the greater the effect is, and it's a weird sensation because like you're going behind someone, right? And I was looking at my bike, and I was shifting, and I was looking at my gears. I'm like, wow, I'm in like these really big gears, but there's like no resistance.
Oh, because the person in front of you is blocking.
Yeah, and the person in front of him is blocking him, and so the further you are towards the back, the bigger your draft is.
Okay.
And it's just like you're pushing air basically, but you're just zooming,
Okay.
and it's crazy.
Is it weird like as you're going, like is there like no breeze?
Yeah.
So you're hoofing it.
Yeah.
And there's no wind in your hair. There's no.
Yeah, everybody knows what riding a bike is like when you're going really fast. Like,
Yeah.
and you feel the wind in your face. Remove the wind, but keep the speed.
That's weird.
And you're just like, what's happening?
It's so weird.
Yeah. Something else they don't tell you is it was a hot day.
Okay.
And something to also make note of is body heat.
Okay.
Closer to the back, or depending on the people who's right in front of you, sometimes you can actually, like the temperature does go up because of the body heat.
if all the air is drafting back, then
Yeah.
also all the heat's going back.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like you can kind of feel it in some cases. Like smell gets in there, and it's a bit,
Ah.
yeah. So I was like, oh, I don't know what I'll do here.
bring a can of Febreze like as
Yeah.
you're racing. Like.
But slowly, one by one, they were. I was moving up because we were doing double, like 2x2, and I was just moving up just because I'm like, oh, I feel like some of them are slowing down, and I'm just like, well, I want to close the gaps and I want to stay tight. To the point where I got to the front, and afterwards they told me that they purposely all slowed down so that I could get there.
Oh.
When I got to the front, it was like I hit a brick wall.
Okay.
The wind just came at me. I was like, this sucks.
This is the worst.
This sucks. I stayed there for like 10 seconds, like, I'm out of here.
She's like, please save me. This is, I'm dying. Like,
yeah, and they all started laughing at me. I'm like, okay, well, I understand. But then my favorite part of this ride was there's a stretch of road that maybe goes on for just under 5 kilometers. It's rolling road.
Okay.
Like it's not really hilly.
Hit the hill, like you go up the uphill, then like cruise, and then okay.
But the thing is, it's like if I were to average from point A to point B, it's not flat.
Okay.
It's actually all a descent.
Oh, okay.
And I was following somewhere in the middle, and out of nowhere, the guy in front, he just takes off. Okay. And the guy behind him follows. And they all start taking off around me.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I didn't realize, but it was a race. Like, they're like, this is their thing. They're like, it's a race.
Oh, welcome to the hill race.
Yeah, they're like, it's on like Donkey Kong. And I'm like, oh shit, they all took off. And that part was, it was super dangerous, but super fun. Because at this point, we're all in a group. Whoever's behind is drafting and going faster, right? We're doing like 70 kph.
Okay.
But I swear we're millimeters apart. Because like it's a very, very thin road.
Oh, was it like a blob at this point? Like
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is just.
Was there even room to pass people if you
there
wanted
was.
to?
There was just enough room to like get around the outsides and stuff.
Okay.
But the minute you move to the outside, you hit the wind.
Oh.
So like you had to play it by ear. But yeah, they go pretty quick, and
that's crazy.
Lots of fun. Yeah, like and when they were just going normal speed and they're moving along, I could see a lot of differences in terms of equipment.
Okay.
Like I could tell now where I generally lose the most of my speed is like, for example, the fact that like I have shitty tires versus they have really fast tires.
Okay.
Because
they got bladed everything.
Like yeah, like I was looking at their gearing. I'm like, I'm in the same gear. I'm putting it looks like the same pedaling of like types of pushing that same sort of effort.
Okay.
I'm looking at the guy in front of me, and like I even matched his pedaling, whatever. Even I shifted up a gear or two, but every time I put down a pedal, and he would still step away from me. Like he would slowly.
Did he just have more grip? I guess. Or?
I think it was something to do with how his tire, like my tires. I guess I have more resistance.
Oh, okay.
Whereas his kind of just slide over the ground.
It's like usually I would think that like maybe he has a bigger tire than you, but no.
And it's just like, and I'm drafting him. He's in front of me.
Yeah.
And he's still pulling away.
Okay.
And it's just it was a weird thing to see.
Do you feel like it was to the point where two bodies being equal, like if I just have strictly better equipment than you, like obviously if I have like a shitty fixie and then you have a gear, you're gonna go faster than me. But like, say your stuff is like relatively the same, but like your opponent has like one thing that's like way better. Is that enough? Everything else being equal to
totally.
Just go.
Totally.
All right.
Totally. Because there's another guy there. We have the same bike, right?
Okay.
Only he picked the other color, the inferior color,
which is
black.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. And when we hit the hill,
because if you said green, I was gonna fucking fight you.
No, it was black.
All right.
And because when we hit the hill, he's heavier than me, right?
All right.
And I looked over and I saw the differences in weight. Like I saw how that affects even like if you have the same equipment and like, but the fact that he weighed a little bit more than me, I could tell he was struggling going up the hills more. So,
okay.
Like, yeah, like it's, but I get your point. Like if we were two equal, I guess, cyclists, totally better equipment will make you go
win the day.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it's like it seems like the advantage you get is kind of nuts.
It is
in comparison to what you have to pay for it, or what like the skill level to use it would be, or something like that.
So it's like, you know what it's exactly like? It's exactly like graphics cards.
Okay.
Where the price to performance gets exponentially smaller the higher you go up.
Okay.
Right? So yeah. Like, it was cool too because I got to try out some other people's bikes and they tried out mine. And it was nice to hear that, like, the people who had the real expensive stuff, they were like, damn. They're like, I can't really tell the difference between my bike and yours is like way cheaper. They're like, they all said if there's one thing you should do, switch out the wheels, get some lighter, faster wheels. But like otherwise, they're like,
this bike's pretty good.
They're like,
why did I spend all this money?
Yeah, they're like, why the fuck did I spend like $5,000 when I could have got something like this
for $1,000?
Yeah,
and bought a bunch of cool shit.
Yeah, but it was fun. But to finish it off, the fastest guy, the one that kind of just destroyed us all,
was the guy that won the race.
No, it wasn't that. It's not so much that he won the race, but he was easily the most impressive because he spent 90% of the time at the front of the group, basically
just taking all the wins.
Yeah, and he was the first one up the hills and stuff. He was this old man, pushing late 50s, early 60s.
Okay,
and his bike was this old shitty steel bike.
Oh my god!
And you've seen my bike. I have it set up so you're like super low.
Yeah. Was he just coasting?
Yes! He was like, he looked like a baller. He was just like, he had high bars and he was just going and I'm like, oh my god.
He's an anime character.
Yeah, because I thought, nah, man, these guys are just letting him win the day. But at the end of the ride, I talked to like some of the tougher dudes and like, yeah, he's like, so what'd you think of, I forget his name, he's like, yeah, he's nuts, isn't he?
Oh my god!
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, so he was like legit. Like, you guys weren't just like entertaining. He was like, no, he's really that fast.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so
that's an anime character thing. That's the guy who's like the main character, like is off in some country road.
Yeah, and
some mysterious figure blows past him, and it's an old guy on a shitty bike, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah. It was it was hilarious to see.
What's the initial D dad?
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
He's the initial D dad.
Yeah.
I'm adrift with no hands, and then light a cigarette.
Yeah. Jeez, yeah. It was fun. I totally recommend everybody try it out. And yeah, I definitely think that from now on, I need to ride with people who are way better than me.
Okay.
Just because it's a lot more fun, and it's the only way to get better.
I guess that's not okay. So like, I always feel that if I want to get better at something, like I always want to do it with people who are better than me.
Yeah, for sure.
But specifically in skill testing stuff, so like video games.
Yeah.
There's always a point to where they're too good, and when I lose, I learn nothing.
Yeah.
So is there a point like that for for biking? Like, would there ever be someone who's so good to where you watch that person and you're just like, I have no clue what the fuck he's doing to be that fast? Like.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Definitely. It depends it depends on your starting point too.
Okay.
Right? Like, again, like if I were to use like the overweight dudes who were there at the same time, like,
yeah,
they've got no chance at keeping up with the guys at the front.
See, like that would be frustrating to me though, because like, if I was heavier, I'd be like, well, like they're heavier, they're lighter than me. I could, like, if I was heavier,
and this was the first group meeting at this place, and they're like, well, next week what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and split it up into like 3, because what they found was that a lot of people, they didn't really fit into like the slow group or the fast group. Okay. They were like this middle ground.
Okay.
And yeah, so like it depends on what you start with. I totally think that you can't go too far above someone else in terms of skill level if you want to improve. You need someone who's just out of your reach.
Okay.
And then at least like a target you can knowingly work up to.
So it's still in line with like
else.
basic things of like, if I want to be a chess master and I just started the rules, like I'm not going to face the grandmaster. I'm not going to face IBM's Deep Blue and then be like, what just happened?
No. But the good thing about like when you go to like a group ride thing is no one's actually serious.
Okay. Like, except for the race.
Even that wasn't that serious, to be honest.
Should have road rash it, like put a stick in someone's spokes.
Oh man, no! Some of these people had some expensive stuff. I didn't want to touch any of it because I was like, I might break it. But yeah, no, like it was lots of fun. I invited our friend Christian to come next week.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
did he agree? Or did it take some coercing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully he'll show up.
All right. He likes biking, and he's been working out a lot. So
yeah, I mean, like
homeboy's bulk.
Last time I remember, like even though he put on whatever, he's still very light.
Yeah.
And if you want to win at cycling, you got to be fucking light.
Light? Yeah. No.
Like that old man. That was the secret. He was just skin and bones.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was all cardio muscle.
Yeah. Yeah. Him and the girls, like watching them go up hills. Damn, they're quick.
Heh. Sorry, I thought about someone I know. It'd be funny to watch them try and ride a bike.
Oh, that's cruel.
Not in the way you think it is.
No, I it's cruel.
Okay.
It's cruel, Anthony.
That's funny.
That's cruel.
All right.
Yeah, hopefully next week we'll be able to talk about more fun things. More TNIB related things.
Yep.
Because new anime season's here.
New anime. I looked at any chart and there's not really stuff I want to watch, but...
There's only one show worth watching this season.
Berserk.
No! Food Wars is back.
I haven't finished regular Food Wars.
Wow!
I got to Naked Apron and I finished the meat battle.
That sounds... Wow, that sounds interesting when you just describe it out of context.
Naked Apron, I finished the meat battle.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It was good view. It was good content.
Okay, yeah. No, that's the only one worth watching this season, I think.
Okay. How was I want to get your closing thoughts on other shows. How was Motorcycle Girls?
That was it was really. So I don't think that show was actually to say it wasn't good to be lying. I thought it was okay from start to finish.
Okay.
But there were some things about it that just were super awesome.
Okay.
Like when Jesus shows up on a Harley.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about what else were you watching? The Bear Girl? Were you watching that one?
No, I was watching...
No. You were watching the Fox Witch people.
Oh, Flying Witch.
Flying Witch.
That was fantastic.
Okay.
But don't go to that show being like, I need like a through line, a plot. That is, I'm living in the countryside of Japan, and I just happen to have witch powers. Okay. This is everyday life, but it was lots of fun.
Okay. Was there anything else that stood out to you, or
Cabaneri?
Cabaneri.
Yeah, the Iron Fortress.
Habanero.
I did not like the ending.
Okay.
I actually didn't like the last 4 episodes.
Oh, okay.
It
Wow, that's a lot to not like. That's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, it was weird. Like I thought the way they set up that show, it felt like it was going to be something longer and huge.
But it just ends.
But then the final 4 episodes comes and they kind of just they sprint to the finish. They just decide to say, "No, it's over."
I didn't like. I kind of wore off on that show about halfway through.
Yeah.
The part where they go to the second train station after they go around the mountains.
Yeah. And
it's the big, like, monstrous one.
Yeah.
That's where I kind of got worn out on it. I haven't caught up since then. But it's disappointing to hear that the ending isn't so hot.
They introduce a character.
Okay.
Who ends up being the villain.
Okay.
But it's weird because it's like he should have been introduced way earlier.
Yeah, I'm like halfway through the series and there's no actual villain other than zombies.
Yeah, it feels like this show's gonna go on for a while, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Oh wow.
It ends.
Huh.
Like it ends.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. It's the opposite of Attack on Titan, where Attack on Titan nothing actually happens in the story, but it's all about the characters. This is the opposite.
Okay.
Where there's a story and
it's there.
It's dotted and it's signed.
Huh. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, at the end of the day, the only anime that mattered was Space Patrol Fallucco.
I would argue that Sakamoto Desuka
was always going to be number 2.
Was always number 2, but it's so good. I finished it.
Yeah. How did it end?
It's more gigs.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Like there wasn't like a
there's like a little thing, but
okay.
They stick true. They stick true to their comedic roots.
Okay, that's cool.
There was also a couple episodes where the whole episode was one through line. It was one gag.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, an entire episode?
An entire episode dedicated to one through line. So.
Interesting.
It was pretty cool. I liked it.
Cool.
But yeah, Space Patrol though.
Yeah, that was it. That was the one. Damn.
But speaking of anime, we finished our anime club.
We did.
We got our finale.
Yeah.
I apparently said the English title of My Hero wrong.
Yeah.
It was My Hero Academia, not My Hero Academy.
Okay.
But so if you guys have watched those shows, if you have watched Kizunaiver and Boku no Hero Academia, you can watch along with us.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to, I think there's a playlist of it. Did you make one?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe there's a playlist on the YouTube channel, and you can watch along with us, listen to our thoughts, see if you agree, disagree, do all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
It was fun. I don't know if we'll do one for this season.
I don't think there's anything any of us want to watch, really.
Except for Food Wars.
Except for Food Wars, but I gotta finish Food Wars.
Yeah, and that's 26 episodes.
I also don't think I can watch that at work. Anthony, what are you watching? Close.
Yeah. It's a bit,
I work with only women. I can't watch that show at work.
Sure you can.
I can't do it.
Sure you can.
No.
Just tell them it's all about meat.
It's all about meat and naked aprons. What?
Yeah.
And then a meat battle.
Tasty. Yummy.
Don't you mean juicy?
Ooh, juicy. Juicy. Steak. Nice and thick. That's the end of the episode.
Let's go to the meat dimension.
Is that the Chie dimension?
That's when you eat the endless bowl in Persona 4, and it's like there's layers upon layers of meat. As you keep eating, you secretly think this bowl is a portal to the meat dimension.
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's it from us. That's another week. That's another episode of TNIAB in the Bag. This is episode 286.
Damn.
Let us know what you thought. Leave some comments below. In the comments in the section below.
Leave some comments in the comments.
Yeah, that's the one.
Check us out on Facebook, 3 Nerds in the Basement.
Yeah, and tell us your summer plans. Summer is here. What are you guys doing for the summer?
I don't know. Podcasting?
Yeah, that's about right.
All right, peace out.
See ya.